Welcome to German with Joe in Berlin, and in today's lesson we'll be doing the possessive pronouns. So previously in the lessons we have already covered the first two grammar tables, that is personal pronouns, the articles, and then we went on to understand the verbs and how to use the verbs. Now we'll be coming to the third most important grammar table, as I mentioned, the possessive pronouns. What are possessive pronouns? Let's find out. In English you say my, your, his, her, its, our, your, their, and your again for formal. Yes. Now in Deutsch we have, instead of my, you need to remember mein. Yes. Your becomes dein, his becomes sein. So till now it's quite rhyming. Mein, dein, sein. Okay. Then it comes to her, it's ihr, and it's again sein. Yes, so his and its have the same possessive pronoun. Okay, our is unser, your plural is euer, their third person plural is ihr, and your formal in English it looks the same, like this one, yes, or this one. In German it's ihr. Perfect. Now we need to memorize these possessive pronouns. I'll give you tips and tricks to remember them as we move forward. Now the next question comes is how to use possessive pronouns. Now we must remember that possessive pronouns replace articles. Yes, for example, instead of saying I go to the friend, yes, I can say I go to my friend. I replaced the with my. So in German, when we do that, my will get the ending of the, like we have learned previously. Let's have a look here. For example, whenever we use any of these possessive pronouns, which I have written down on the right, yes, just like we learned here, mein, dein, sein, ihr, sein, unser, euer, ihr, ihr. You see, I have left open a couple of brackets here, which are to show that these possessive pronouns are not to be used alone. They basically borrow the endings of the articles. Perfect. Now we already know that which are the endings which the articles give. All the endings basically except there, thus, and thus. So these are the three articles which do not give their endings. All the other articles give their endings. Yes. So we'll be using these articles to determine the endings of these possessive pronouns. Yes. For example, if you look at it, it'll be mein, yes, meine, mein, meine, yes, meinen, meine, mein, meine, yes, meinem, meiner, meinem, meinen. Perfect. So you saw that I used this particular possessive pronoun and I put together the endings of the articles. Yes, when we make the sentence we'll understand it even better. Yes, which ending to use when. And similarly we could do for the others. Let me show it for you for dein as well. Dein will become dein. The article doesn't give its ending. Deine, dein, again this doesn't give its ending. Deine, deinen, deine, dein doesn't give its ending. Deine, deinem, deiner, deinem, deinen. Fantastic. Yes, so similarly we could do for the others as well, and more clarity will come when we attempt certain questions and certain answers. Okay, so let's move forward and let's see what do we have here. Now this is again a consolidated table, yes, which we'll be using for our future references, and in the meanwhile there is a little example here. We can have a look. Now the sentence says ich besuche den Onkel. Yes, I visit the uncle. Ich is who, besuche is the verb, den Onkel is basically whom. Yes, we go to whom. Onkel is masculine, so we say den Onkel. Perfect. So it's den Onkel. Now instead of saying I visit the uncle, I could say I visit my uncle. So what will we do? We'll replace basically den with the possessive pronoun mein. So we'll say ich besuche mein. We'll borrow the ending of en. meinen Onkel. Perfect. Ich besuche meinen Onkel, visit my uncle. So this was just an idea of how the articles are replaced with the possessive pronoun and how the articles give the endings to the possessive pronoun. And the endings which are given again are highlighted here. Yes. So except der, das, all the articles give the endings. So once again, this is a consolidated table. We have added this last column of possessive pronoun. Now it has your personal pronouns, ich, du, er, sie, es, wir, ihr, sie, sie, your articles from which the third person pronouns are derived. Yes, you have the verb conjugations here. You have the personal pronouns and accusative dative. In the end, you have your possessive pronouns. So with the help of these possessive pronouns, we'll be able to create any sentence on the right. Yes. And a quick note. Now, if you look at the possessive pronouns here, mein, dein, sein, sein, unser, euer, ihr, you'll see there are too many ears, yes, for one to remember. So let's say how many there are. There's 1, 2, 3. So this ear means her, this ear means there, this big ear with a capital I means your. Formal. How to remember? Well, I'll give you a quick note. If you look at the personal pronouns, like in the first column, ich, du, er, sie, es, wir, ihr, sie, sie. Perfect. When you look at these personal pronouns, I would ask you to find out how many z's are there. So we'll find out there is first z, which means she, there is the second z, which means they, and there is the third z, which means you, formal you. Perfect. So with that in mind, I could basically tell you that all the z's, when changed into possessive pronoun, they become ihr. Yeah? Perfect. For example, sie is she, it becomes ihr. Yes, sie is they, it becomes ihr. Sie is you, it becomes ihr as well with a capital I. Perfect. Let's make this capital. All right. And this basically, that's the idea. Ich, possessive pronoun is mein. Du, possessive pronoun is dein. Er, sie, es is sein, ihr, sein. Wir is unser. Ihr is euer. Sie, sie is ihr. Yes. So these are the respective personal pronouns and these are the respective possessive pronouns. Okay. Now with that in mind, I would suggest let's attempt a few questions on our right and see if we can use the possessive pronouns and translate the sentences into German. So let's do the first sentence together. The man visits his friend. So who visits? Let's go to who. That's nominative, yes. So we'll say who, it's the man. Man is masculine, so we'll say der. And we'll write here, der Mann. The verb is besuchen. We'll conjugate it for third person. Yes, it'll be besucht. Perfect. Der Mann besucht his friend. Now we know that the basic idea is that the possessive pronouns replace the articles. So basically, if I would have said the man visits the friend, it would be the man visits, der Mann besucht, whom, and friend is masculine, so I would have said den Freund, but I will not say den. I need a possessive pronoun here, which is his. So I'll go to possessive pronouns. I'll find out his, mein, dein, sein, ihr. Perfect. Sein. So here is sein, mein, dein, sein. So I'll use sein. I'll write here sein, and I'll give it the endings of den. That is seinen Freund. Perfect. Der Mann besucht seinen Freund. Super. Let's forward. The father gives to his son his computer. So who gives? Once again, father is masculine. We'll go to der. In Deutsch sagt man der Vater. So let's write here, der Vater. The verb is to give, in German geben. We'll conjugate it for third person. We'll remove the e and add a t. There is an e in the verb. We'll change it to I. It'll become gibt. Very good. Der Vater gibt. Then to his son. To whom? Yes. So first we'll just say to the son. So son is masculine, we'll go to dem, and we don't require them as such. We require the possessive pronoun, which is his. So his is once again mein, dein, sein. We'll pick up sein and we'll give it the ending of dem. Yes, because sein is replacing dem. So I'll write gibt seinem, which means to his. Seinem Sohn. Yes, his computer. What does he give? Computer is masculine, den computer. We don't need den, we need possessive pronoun. That is his. His is mein, dein, sein. We'll pick up sein and give it the ending of en. Perfect. Seinen Computer. Fantastic. Okay, the teacher invites her children. Okay, moving forward, the teacher invites her children. So basically, who invites? Teacher is feminine, so we'll go to der, die, das. It'll be die, yes, and I'll write die. Okay, make it bigger. Die Lehrerin. Very good. The verb is to invite. In German, it's einladen. Yes, if we can see it here. Okay, I think we can see it now. Einladen. Now we'll pick up einladen, and we need to remember this is a two-part verb. It is a separable verb. It has an extra part ein, which we do not use in conjugation. Put it at the end of the sentence. We'll just conjugate for laden. Perfect. So laden will be conjugated for third person. Yes, die Lehrerin, dritte Person singular, third person singular. So let's conjugate laden. It has a a in it. A will change to a. It'll become, we'll remove the e and add a d. Let. Perfect. Die Lehrerin let. Fantastic. Her children. Whom does she invite? Children is plural. We'll go right down. Die Kinder, but we don't need definite article. We need possessive pronoun. What is her? Let's find out. So basically, she is sie. All the z's are ihr. So her is ihr. Fantastic. So we'll put here ihr and give it the ending of die, which is e. So ihre Kinder. And we'll finish the sentence by completing the second part of the verb, which was ein. So I'll write ein. Die Lehrerin lädt ihre Kinder ein. Teacher invites her children. Perfect. Now moving forward, we'll go to the fourth sentence. The principal and the teachers take from their students their gifts. Okay, so let's find out what's happening here. The principal is known as Schulleiter, so it's who. Schulleiter is masculine, der. So we'll write here der. Let's make space here. Der Schulleiter. Very good. And the teachers. And in German is und. Yes, pretty similar. Und who? The teachers. Teachers this time is plural. So I'll say die. Yes. Die Lehrer. And it looks the same even in the plural form. Lehrer, Lehrer. The Schulleiter und die Lehrer take. What is the verb to take? Nehmen. Yes. So we'll conjugate nehmen for third person plural because they are third person plural, the teacher and the principal. So basically they. Yes, we'll conjugate. It'll be the same basic form of the verb, that is nehmen. So we'll write it the same. Der Schulleiter und die Lehrer nehmen. Now, from their students. From whom? If you remember, dative is also from whom. So we'll find out from their students. Students is plural. We'll go right down to plural. It's dein. Yes, students is Studenten. So dein Studenten, but we do not need the definite article. Rather, we require the possessive pronoun. We require how to say der. How to say der. De is sie. All the z's become ihr. So der is ihr. We'll write down here ihr, and we'll borrow the ending of den, which is en. Ihren Studenten. What? So what do they take from the students? It's their gifts. Gifts is plural. We'll pick up the article die. Yes, die Geschenke, but we don't need the definite article. We need again possessive pronoun, which is ihr. Yes, as we had learned, ihr is there. So we'll write here ihr, and we'll give it the ending of die, which becomes ihre Geschenke. Perfect. So basically the sentence says, der Schulleiter und die Lehrer nehmen ihren Studenten ihre Geschenke. So the teacher and the principals take from their students their gifts. Okay, moving forward. The boss calls his employee. Okay. So what is the boss? Let's find out. It's who. Boss is masculine, der. So we'll choose der. And boss is called chef. So der Chef. Perfect. The verb to call is anrufen. It's again a separable verb. We have two parts of the verb, an and rufen. Yes. And we'll conjugate the main verb, which is rufen, for third person. Yes. So it'll become der Chef ruft. Perfect. Now the question is whom? It's the employee. It's masculine. It's dein. Angestellten means employee, but we don't need dein. We need the possessive pronoun, that is his. What is his? Mein, dein, sein. Yes. We'll pick up sein. Right here sein. And give it the ending of dein with the en. Seinen. Angestellten. Perfect. And we'll end the verb with an. Yes, that completes the verb. Der Chef ruft seinen Angestellten an. The boss calls his employee. Fantastic. Well done. Okay. Now I'll do one more with you. And that's basically the children listen to the pianist. Yes. Now the verb is to listen. We'll come to it. But first, the children. So who listens to the pianist? It's the children. It's plural. So we'll go to die and we'll write here die Kinder. Kinder means children. Listen, the verb is zu hören. It's again a two-part verb. We'll not conjugate zu, we'll only conjugate hören, and we'll put zu in the end. So hören, we'll be conjugating it for plural. Yes, so it'll be in its basic form, and we'll write the same as it's written, hören. Perfect. Kinder hören. Now the question is, to whom do the children hear, or to whom do the children listen? Yes. So basically it's pianist, to the pianist. Pianist is masculine. So it'll be dem pianist, to the pianist, but we don't require the definite article. We require the possessive pronoun der. What is der? De is sie. All the possessive pronouns, all the z's become ihr. Der becomes ihr. So I'll write here ihr. And then I'll borrow the ending of the definite article here, em, ihrem, pianist. And I'll end the sentence with the prefix zu coming in the end, zu. Perfect. All right. So these were some examples of how to go about dealing with the translations from German to English when it comes to possessive pronoun. So I would say you practice by yourself a few questions. The next questions, yes, and we'll meet us back in the next lesson and we'll do some special sentences for possessive pronouns. So until then, this is John Berlin signing off. See you in the next lesson.